conscientious advocate. An advocate is someone with introverted, intuitive feeling and judging personality traits. They tend to approach life with deep thoughtfulness and imagination. Their inner vision, personal values, and a quiet, principled version of humanism guide them in all things. Advocates may be the rarest personality type of all, but they certainly leave their mark on the world. Idealists and principled, they aren't connected to coach their life. They want to stand up and make a difference. For advocate personality, success doesn't come from money or status, but from seeking fulfillment, helping others, and being a force of good in the world. While they have lofty goals and ambitions, advocates shouldn't be mistaken for idle dreamers. People with this personality type care about integrity, and they are rarely satisfied until they've done what they know to be right. Conscientious to the core, they move through life with a clear sense of their values, and they aim never to lose sight of what truly matters, not according to other people or society at large, but according to their own wisdom and intuition. Perhaps because their personality type is so uncommon, advocates tend to carry around a sense, whether conscious or not, of being different from most people. With their rich inner lives and their deep, abiding desire to find their life purpose, they don't always fit in with those around them. This isn't to say that advocates can enjoy social acceptance or close relationships, only that they sometimes feel misunderstood or at odds with the world. Fortunately, this sense of being out of step doesn't diminish advocates' commitment to making the world a better place. Advocates are troubled by injustice, and they typically care more about altruism than personal gain. They often feel called to use their strengths, including creativity, imagination, and sensitivity, to uplift others and spread compassion. Nothing lights up advocates like changing someone else's life for the better. Many advocates see helping others as their mission in life, and they are always looking for ways to step in and speak up for what action-oriented, deftly navigating whatever is in front of them. They love uncovering life's opportunities, whether socializing with others or in more personal pursuits. Entrepreneurs always have an impact on their immediate surroundings. The best way to spot them at a party is to look for the whirling eddy of people fleeting about them as they move from group to group. Laughing and entertaining with a blunt and earthy humor, entrepreneur personalities love to be at the center of attention. If an audience member is asked to come on stage, entrepreneur, volunteer, or volunteer shy friend. Theory, abstract concepts, and plotting discussions about global issues and their implications don't keep entrepreneurs interested for long. Entrepreneurs keep their conversation energetic with a good dose of intelligence, but they like to talk about what it is, or better yet, to just go out and do it. Entrepreneurs sleep before they look, fixing their mistakes as they go, rather than sitting idle, preparing contingencies and escape clauses. Entrepreneurs are the likeliest personality type to make a lifestyle of risky behavior. They live in the moment and dive into the action. They are at the eye of a storm. People with the entrepreneur personality type enjoy drama, passion, and pleasure, not for emotional thrills, but because it's so stimulating to their logical minds. They are forced to make critical decisions based on factual, mediate reality in a process of rapid-fire rational stimulus response. This makes school and other highly organized environments a challenge for entrepreneurs. It certainly isn't because they aren't small and they can do well, but the regimented lecturing approach of formal education is just so far from the hands-on learning that entrepreneurs enjoy. It takes a great deal of maturity to see this process as a necessary means to an end, something that creates more exciting opportunities. Also challenging is that to entrepreneurs, it makes more sense to use their own moral compass than someone else's. Rules were made to be broken. This is a sentiment few high school instructions or corporate supervisors are likely to share, and can earn entrepreneurs' personalities a certain reputation. But if they minimize the troublemaking, harness their energy, and focus through the boring stuff, entrepreneurs are a force to be reckoned with. Perhaps the most perceptive, unfiltered view of any type, entrepreneurs have a unique skill to noticing small changes. With a short shift in facial expression, a new clothing style, or a broken habit, people with this personality type pick up on hidden thoughts and motives, where most types would be lucky to pick up anything specific at all. Entrepreneurs use these observations immediately, calling out the change and asking questions, often with little regard for sensitivity. Entrepreneurs should remember motivational, if sometimes distracted mind, inspiring, convincing, and colorful. They are natural group leaders, pulling everyone along the path less traveled, bringing life and excitement wherever, everywhere they go. Putting these qualities to constructive and rewarding, and is entrepreneurs' true challenge. Okay, the last personality type is INFP. INFP, which is Taehyung personality type. This is a mediator. So, a mediator is someone who possesses the introverted, intuitive, feeling and respecting personality traits. These rare personality types tend to be quiet, open-minded, and imaginative, and they apply a caring and creative approach to everything they do. Although they may seem quiet or unassuming, mediators have vibrant, passionate inner lives. Creative and imaginative, they happily lose themselves in daydreams, innovating all sorts of stories and conversation in their minds. These personalities are known for their sensitivity. Mediators can have profound emotional responses to music, art, nature, and the people around them. Idealists and empathetic mediators long for deep, soulful relationships, and they feel called to help others. But because this personality type makes up such a small portion of a population, mediators may sometimes feel lonely or invisible, adrift in a world that doesn't seem to approach the traits that make them unique. Mediators share a sincere curiosity about the depth of human nature. Introspective to the core, they are exquisitely attuned to their own thoughts and feelings, but they yearn to understand the people around them as well. Mediators are compassionate and not judgmental, always willing to hear another person's story. When someone opens up to them or turns to them for comfort, they feel honored to listen and be of help. For mediators, an ideal relationship of any kind is one in which both people feel comfortable sharing not just their wildest hopes and dreams, but also their secrets, fear, and vulnerabilities. Empathy is among this personality type's greatest gifts, but at times it can be a liability. The troubles of the world weigh heavily on mediators' shoulders, and these personalities can be vulnerable to internalizing other people's negative moods or mindsets. Unless they learn to set boundaries, mediators may feel overwhelmed by just how many wrongs these are that need to be set right. Few things make mediators more uneasy than pretending to be someone they aren't. With their sensitivity and their commitment to authenticity, people with this personality type tend to crave opportunities for creative self-expression. It comes as no surprise that many famous mediators are poets, writers, actors, and artists. They can't help but muse about the meaning and purpose of life, dreaming up all sorts of stories, ideas, and possibilities along the way. Mediators have a talent for self-expression. They may reveal their innermost thoughts and secrets through metaphors and fictional characters. Through these imaginative landscapes, mediators can explore their own inner nature as well as their place in the world. possess a beautiful trait. These personalities sometimes show a tendency to daydream and fantasize rather than take actions. To avoid feeling frustrated, unfulfilled, or incapable, mediators need to make sure that they take steps to turn their dreams and ideas into reality. People with this personality type tend to feel directionless or stuck until they connect with a sense of purpose for their lives. For many mediators, this purpose has something to do with uplifting others and their ability to feel other people's suffering as if it were their own. While mediators want to help everyone, they need to focus their energy and efforts. Otherwise, they can end up exhausted. Fortunately, like flowers in the spring, mediators' creativity and idealism can bloom even after the darkest of seasons. Although they know the world will never be perfect, mediators still care about making it better however they can. This quiet belief in doing the right thing may explain why these personalities often inspire compassion, kindness, and beauty wherever they go. So, these are all personalities